Welcome back to another episode of Against the Insanity. You've got Jason and Ricky here. Back for another interesting show, I would say. How's it going, Ricky?
Pretty good. We had one hell of a weekend, though.
Oof, I was fucking feeling it when I got home fucking to California last night, that's for sure. It all caught up to me.
Yeah. Spent the weekend together, hung out. Friday night, had a good time, got all, fellas together, watched movies, hung out.
Do you meme? That fucking game, dude, I'll tell you, that is like literally the party game. You get a couple shots of fucking whiskey in you and start playing What Do You Meme? Oh my God, it just fucking spirals out of control after that.
Yeah, that was cool. And then,
I do like that idea I had where you just pick up one of those meme cards and say the first thing that comes to your mind, because it got pretty bad when the pictures of fucking Michelle Obama and shit came up. What's the first thing that comes to your mind? Penis.
Right.
Yeah, not gonna lie.
Yeah, absolutely. That shit was funny. Yeah, that we finished the night off with some grandma's boys, so that was good.
Fuck yeah. And then Saturday, fucking got to express our freedoms.
We did. Long time overdue. It's been a while since I went out and shot, honestly. But then to do it with, all of us, that was just icing on the cake, really.
Fuck yeah, and I got to show you my fucking 9mm Marlin camp rifle. I'm pissed that fucking thing fell apart, dude. I'm in the middle of fucking shooting it, and the fucking sight falls off. I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah.
It's an old gun, and it's pretty beat the fuck up. So, like, I want to try to find a replica of the stock. Like, I need another stock because the stock's cracked real bad, and then I need to fucking fix that sight. I have no idea what happened. Like, my cousin's had the gun for years, so I'm not really sure it was well taken care of. That's a bummer, but we'll get it fixed.
Yeah. No, and then what? Sunday, your flight was delayed, and you ended up coming home yesterday, Monday?
Yeah, I ended up having to fucking fly home on Monday because I'm like, my mom's in the middle of taking me to the airport on Sunday, and Amy calls me, and I'm like, oh, that's weird. Amy doesn't usually call me on like a day I'm flying because she knows how stressed out I am to begin with. So then Amy freaking calls me, and she's like, hey, why aren't you checking your phone? I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, your flight was delayed 4 times, and now you're going to miss your connecting flight in Chicago. And I do not want to get fucking stuck in Chicago, for one thing. Unless I got a bulletproof vest and maybe some fucking, some ammunition. But, so I ended up having to fucking sit on hold. I sat on hold for fucking 2 hours to Southwest trying to fucking rebook my flight. And I still couldn't get through. So by then, like, I hung up, and apparently they were calling Amy and like, hey, where's Jason at? Like, he's not here for his flight. I'm like, yeah, because I sat on hold for 2 hours trying to rebook because I'm going to miss my connecting fucking flight. So then I finally, like, I call back, and in 10 minutes, I get through to somebody. I'm like, this makes no sense. Amy's like, don't hang up. I wouldn't have hung out on the phone for fucking 2 hours if I would known if I would have just hung up and called back. Maybe I might get somebody.
Right.
What a fucking giant waste of time. So, yeah, then I had to fly home yesterday, which was, it still sucked. I didn't want to come home, but, I'm back. Here I am.
Yeah. Well, we got to work in getting you out of California, so work in progress.
That's one of the reasons why we're doing this show.
Right.
We'll eventually start to do this on a regular basis and, actually make something of it. I think it'd be good.
Yeah.
So actually, it's funny you bring that up. On my flight home last night, I decided to watch Tucker Carlson on Fox because he was going to debut some of the unreleased January 6th footage. And I don't know if you've reviewed the document or anything, but there's 2 things that I wanted to talk about specifically that we've seen the media beat to death, and both have been a fucking lie. So that guy that was all over like media outlets and stuff like that, and all over like the January 6th covers and stuff, wearing the, the helmet with the horns and stuff on him. They called him the Q Shaman.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So one of the videos that Tucker Carlson, through the thousands of hours of video that he went through, like his staff found, that the whole time that that guy was in the Capitol, they basically he had police escorts through the entire Capitol the entire time. They were just walking him around at different spots in the fucking Capitol, which is fucking really weird. Like they acted like this guy just broke in and, you know, just did whatever, like it was a fucking madhouse, but it was all a lie the whole time. And the guy walked like through, at one point he walked through 9 police officers. Nobody did a fucking thing. He wasn't a threat. He didn't look like they were concerned about him. They literally just escorted him through the building.
Yeah, that's
so I have a lot of questions there. You know what I mean? The January 6th committee left a lot of that shit out. It's like, why are you trying to hide that shit?
Right.
And, you know, I really think it is, I mean, because he's called the Q shaman, I think it's to make, you know, and it's funny because he's in jail now sitting in jail for 4 years. He was sentenced for that.
Right.
For what I saw on that video last night, that's what you're doing 4 years in jail for?
Yeah, when it seems like he was escorted through the whole time and like he wasn't, you know, they just let him go. I don't know. It just seems like, you know, he's the fall guy, essentially.
I was just going to say that. It's so funny because that's exactly what I was going to say. It seems like he's a fall guy. He's put there to make people like us look bad. And, you know, now he's in jail for it.
Yeah, they're trying to paint a picture. You know what I mean? And that's what it seems like. I mean, why weren't they trying to actively remove him from the building? Why were they just letting him walk around? What, you said 9 different rooms?
I mean, well, no, at one point he went through like 9 different police officers. He was coming down this hallway and it showed like almost like the circle of police officers. They let him pass right through. And then the 2 officers that were following with him just kept going. So like, you know, that's kind of fucking odd.
That is.
And another story that we've all heard about that one police officer, Officer Sicknick, who was killed supposedly at the Capitol. That, you know, he was one of the people that died. In quotes, I'm going to say that, died in quotes. And, you know, Tucker Carlson found video of when they were saying how he was supposed to have been hit with a fire extinguisher and killed. Well, 24 minutes like after that supposedly took place, they found video of him walking through the Capitol, and like he was basically, you see him on the video just kind of like ushering people like, yo, go, get out of here, go, like, you know, forcing them forward. Dude's still alive. And if you know what exactly happened to Sicknick, he died of a heart attack, not at the Capitol.
Oh, okay.
And so, like, they blatantly fucking lied about it and covered it up, and it's been covered up because the only person who actually, there were 2 people that were really severely, well, one person was killed, Ashley Babbitt, which I'm sure you've heard that name. Yeah. You've seen her get shot in the neck and killed by a fucking idiot's guard at the fucking Capitol. And then there was a Trump supporter outside who was beaten by Capitol Police, which you obviously don't hear about her either. So there's a lot of misinformation going on, and the media is like fucking melting down today. Like, we didn't get it wrong. We didn't lie to you. It's like bullshit.
Yeah, you did.
You lied.
Right.
And we're fucking sick of it.
Right. Unbelievable.
It's real fucking unbelievable, dude. It blows my mind that, you know, this circus of a committee that, you know, these prominent Republicans like Cheney and that fucking crybaby Kinslinger sat on, and basically just got on a pedestal and lied to the American people. Now that we have the videos, they're panicking.
Right.
You know, and
we've been lied to for, you know, all this time. Like, you know, people should question this shit. And because, I mean, what's coming out right now doesn't look good. It doesn't play in their favor as the, you know, the picture that they were trying to paint here. So what the fuck?
Yeah. I don't know, dude. I hope we hear more. Apparently tonight, Tucker's supposed to have on a Capitol Police officer that was there that day, and he's going to speak about some events. And, you know, another thing, too, just real quick, because I don't want to make it too long on this story, is like, you know, you've got that guy, I don't know if Ray Epps, who was overheard the day before telling people that we need to go into the Capitol. And a lot of people thought he was a Fed. You know, that's one thing that hasn't been revealed to us is how many federal officers and undercover agents were there that day provoking people to do these attacks, because I don't even think it was the American people. I think it was provocateurs, feds, and stuff like that convince a lot of these people to do that or set us up and make us look bad.
Right. Yeah, that'll be interesting. I want to see what comes of that.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to figure that out, and I think the quicker we do that, the quicker we can fucking hold some people accountable. Because if people don't get held accountable, there's no point in even going through this. So I really hope something gets done about it.
Right.
I wanted to throw in a fun story, which is kind of an awkward one to talk about, but I overheard this on a couple shows, and I thought it would be a good one to talk about. But porn star Riley Reid has revealed that an ex-partner made her feel like a disgusting person. He apparently refused to kiss her after she had been at work all day.
Well, no shit.
I just wanted to kind of get your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Like, are you serious? Like, I would assume most men would feel the exact same way. I mean, if you're in that line of business in porn and you're, out for the day and you come home and, to your husband, boyfriend, whatever the case is, like, you wouldn't feel a certain type of way. I guaranteed most people would. Like, yeah, I'm sorry, you kind of are disgusting.
I'll kind of play devil's advocate here. Like, he clearly knew what he was getting into. Obviously, when you start dating, how do you not know she's not a porn star? You're going to be out in public with her. People are going to be coming up to her and saying, "Aren't you that porn star, Riley Reid?" And that kind of thing. But I don't know. Yeah, I personally wouldn't date a porn star just because of the job and whatever. But at least, if you're coming home from a hard day at work, at least brush your fucking teeth.
You need more than just brush your teeth. You need to fucking shower.
I don't want to be kissing some other dude's dick.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Like, fuck, what do you think? Like, I don't understand people that, you don't see anything wrong with that? Like, yeah, I do. I wouldn't do that shit either. Fuck that.
Yeah, you need a real confident person to take that role. And from what I understand,
did you scroll down to the bottom of this article? Did you see the guy that she's with?
I did not.
Well, it would explain a few things. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Is that who she married, or is that the copies?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Exactly. You got to be a special kind of person. And,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I see what you mean. He looks like a special kind of person.
Right. Yep.
Oof. Yeah, that's tough.
To get back on some political news, I'm not sure if you saw this shit, but Boy Meets World actor Ben Savage is running for Los Angeles, California Congress seat that was vacated by Representative Adam Schiff. Ben Savage, he is registered Democrat, and he is running for the congressional seat.
Boy Meets World, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I just, it's funny because a lot of these actors and shit like that want you to take them seriously for the roles that they've played in Hollywood and shit like that. And, it takes a special person to fucking, run for office. And, we know that obviously Trump worked out, but I have feelings about this. I mean, I hate fucking Adam Schiff.
Right.
So I'm glad that his fucking seat is vacated because he's actually running, I think, for Senate now, Adam Schiff. He's trying to get a spot in the Senate. Yeah, because I think the Senate's more important at this time because they dictate, law and they can elect Supreme Court judges and stuff. So I think that's why Adam Schiff is making that run. But to replace him with another fucking Democrat, dude, like California needs massive change. Yeah. And it can't be fucking business as usual electing these fucking Democrats that only care about your fucking pronouns and all this other bullshit. I mean, the homeless situation here is fucking awful, dude. I mean, you go up to LA, dude, there's shit everywhere, all over the streets and stuff. I mean, fuck, we were working at this place in fucking across from my office in Long Beach. I mean, just walking across the street, I'm stepping over fucking needles and stuff to get, when Amy comes to pick me up from my truck. And I'm like, this is fucking crazy, dude. And it's not getting better.
Right.
And that's one of the main reasons I fucking hate the state so much is because, like, these people, and I got to be honest, I don't think it's the people. I'm not going to blame the voter base. I think it's the corruption and the voter fraud most of all. Because when you talk to your neighbors and stuff like that, nobody fucking, everyone feels the same way. Everyone's so sick of it. So like, I really think that until we overcome some kind of voter fraud and have that figured out, I don't think it's going to change.
Yeah, and I just don't understand how, people continue to leave the state of California in massive numbers, yet you keep voting in the same type of people and expect change. Like, it's not going to work that way.
Yeah, and I don't think it's us voting them in. You know what I mean? I think it's the fraud that's getting them in, and these people that are who controls the votes, who counts the votes. You know what I mean? That's what it comes down to.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I'm, growing up as part of my childhood, Boy Meets World, one of the, shows I watched. It's interesting to see him get more politically involved and to see.
Because I mean, where has he's been quiet? You know what I mean? Like, I don't recall ever hearing him. Like, usually you hear these actors and stuff bitching about shit on their TV or using their star status as a platform. I really haven't heard much of his. I'll have to look into what he's about, because other than that, this is the first time I've heard of it.
Yeah, I haven't seen him like on stances, one way or the other with anything up to this point yet. So yeah, I'll have to look into more and see, kind of what he's all about, and I guess, form an opinion based off of that, because there's like a small little statement that came out. He was basically saying like, about the people and being even like on either side, working with both sides. What am I trying to say here? Shit.
Good work with both sides of the aisle or something like that. Work across the aisle or reaching across the aisle or some shit.
Right. So it sounds good, but it's like you see that type of statement with everyone that runs. So I really need to see like the nitty gritty, what he's truly about before I can really form an opinion.
Yeah, because that D in front of his name, hasn't helped California to this point.
No,
and I don't think it's going to help unless we really change some things drastically.
Right, I agree. So we'll see.
Good luck, buddy. I wish him the best, but for some reason, I don't think Boy Meets World is going to pull this one off. So another thing that's been interesting, and I don't know if people really follow the conservative space on YouTube and stuff like that, but one of the most prominent YouTubers, and I'd say one of the people who are most influential to me and really got me to come out and start speaking out about politics and be honest, is Steven Crowder is finally back on the scene. He recently had some contract issues with his old Blaze TV network, and it looks like he is going to go out on his own. He's going to create a conservative content network that he can bring on commentators and stuff that aren't beholden to places like social media. He announced that last night, which I'm really excited about. And if you haven't checked out Steven Crowder, you really do need to check him out. But I know me and Ricky here have listened to a lot of his content, and I'll tell you, like, it actually helped me a lot kind of figure out, where I sit in the political spectrum.
Yeah, I think that this is a very good thing for him, and I think we talked about this in the past, where if he does his own thing, he's not forced one way or the other of how his content is created and put out to the public. He could truly do his own thing. He's not being held to big tech or, these other companies that he has to do his content a certain way. No, do it your own way. Don't bend to them. Set the standard. Do the the content the way that you want to do it. And I think this is very good for him. So yeah, I'm curious to see how things are going to fold out. But I think this is a right move in the right direction for him, for sure.
I think so too. It's one of those things I've always believed that it never made any sense to me when he went to Blaze TV to begin with, because like he got so popular that I always felt like he really didn't need a company to back him. And maybe he did. Maybe he still wasn't making enough money that he could really do it. But if you solicit, like if you have a good product, which his show is really good, so if you get a chance, definitely want to go on and check out Louder with Crowder. Like he's got tons of episodes. He does like Change My Mind episodes where he goes to liberal campuses and has an open dialogue with people. It's really good. But like I said, I mean, he's definitely one of the few commentators that really I could relate to. I'm like, hey, I really feel like this. Here's somebody who's around my age speaking the things that I feel, and that it's okay for me to speak up and talk about it. So you definitely should give him a chance. And, he's going to be coming back here. So keep up with the show. I have a feeling you'll really enjoy it.
I think he's officially coming back, March 20th, I believe, is the date?
I think so. I think that's the date he gave. And actually, tonight he's going to be on Russell Brand's show, which is going to be interesting. So he's going to be live streaming there. And I believe it's on Rumble because Russell Brand has left. I don't know if he's left YouTube, but I know a lot of content creators and stuff are trying to move away from YouTube because they're still trying to silence everybody. So that'll be interesting. So if you want to check him out, that'd be a good place to check him out.
Yep.
And last but not least, the shit that really grinds my gears. So if you haven't been following, this is International Women's Month. And, a company that's kind of near and dear to our hearts growing up in central Pennsylvania would be Hershey's. And they thought it would be a great idea to kick off International Women's Month with a commercial with a trans woman in it. And I just kind of wanted to play this commercial here for you real quick, and then, we'll come back with our thoughts.
My name is Faye Johnstone. I'm the Executive Director of Wisdom to Action. We can create a world where everyone is able to live in public space as their honest and authentic selves. See the woman changing how we see the future at Hershey's Canada.
What the fuck were they thinking?
I don't know, dude. I have no idea.
I think the thing that really bothers me is it's very tone deaf. And I love how, and this is kind of interesting too, how they kicked this off in Canada as opposed to not a United States campaign. But I saw this train wreck break out first thing in the morning. I was on Twitter and I saw one of the popular accounts I follow. And I don't want to say which one because I can't remember anymore, but one of them posted it. And then a couple other, pretty big conservative commentators started to get on it. And I watched the hate just flow in. And then I went over to Hershey's on their Twitter and people were just like, this is the way you treat women. This is how, by somebody who's not a fucking woman. And I got to be honest, I'm in the women's corner at this point. They're starting to lose the things that they fought for, their rights, their sports, everything is under attack because, I could come out tomorrow and say, hey, I feel like a woman. I want to compete in this sport. And guess what? They're going to let you. That's fucked up. The scholarships and stuff that they train for and to go to college and stuff like that are under attack because some guy, becomes a swimming champion and beats all of them and then wins all these awards and stuff like that. You're taking away from real women. I don't agree with it at all. It's fucked up. I don't know.
Just because you go through, the hormone treatment and transitioning, I'm sorry, you can, quote unquote change your sex, but you're not a different sex now. You're just not. You're
still a man.
I'm sorry, you're still a man, in my opinion. Yes.
Yeah, it's just taken away from the rights that women have fought for a long time, and I don't agree with it. I'm sorry. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do, but at the end of the day, I still prefer my Hershey's without nuts.
Yeah, we've seen it in schools across the country. They're talking about how trans people that start competing in female sports, and then they're beating all these records and all this stuff. And yeah, to your point, absolutely, I think it's unfair to women, 100%. And not just schools, but it's happening in other sporting events. That swimmer you brought up, it's happening. And when you look at the stats and the records that are being blown, it's not by small margins either, dude. It's blowing records out of the water. You can't tell me that it is 100% fair. It's not.
No, there's a biological difference, and we excel at certain things better than women. That's science.
Right.
Much as people, want to get us to trust the science, Well, I trust the science on this one.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
Anyway, I just wanted to kind of like do a little bit of show keeping here. You know, this is Against the Insanity. We want to be more of like a weekly show. Eventually, we'd like to, you know, 5 days a week do like kind of like a morning show and really take this somewhere, as opposed to, you know, our regular fucking day jobs and stuff. So coming up here, we're going to be making like a PayPal. If you want to kick us, you know, if you find the show entertaining and you want to hear more of the show, you definitely want to kick us a couple bucks. You know, we'll hopefully be going live here with a PayPal maybe next week. And, you know, we really want to make more content. If you've got any ideas or anything like that, send us an email, you know, againsttheinsanity247@gmail.com. You know, I want to hear from you. I want to hear what you liked about the show, what you didn't like about the show. If you're a friend or family member that has been listening to the show, send me a text message. I really want to know what we can do better. You know, you had a couple sound issues here and there, like getting things started off, but you know, there's a lot of content that I really want to bring out and, you know, put out some funny skits and stuff. Cause I mean, there's a lot of shit that I'm trying to plan to do for the show and really try to do something with it. So definitely, let us know, you know, drop me an email and, you know, or give us a comment on Facebook or I'm sorry, not Facebook. Fuck that noise on YouTube or Rumble. You know, you can find the show on there for now. We're eventually going to be in the Apple Podcast store and stuff like that. But we'd like to do video at some point too, when, you know, I'm a little more confident and maybe I have to have plastic surgery. No, I'm just kidding. We'll probably be doing video here sooner than later, but you know, we just want to know like what you think about it. So give us a holler and let us know. Yep. Until next week, this is Jason and Ricky coming in with Against the Insanity. I just want you all to have a good week. We will see you next weekend.
Peace.